Provided by. Now with Straight Talk, get iPhone 12 for a super great deal. All with real unlimited data. Super interested? Cool. Buy iPhone 12 with super fast 5G and a dual camera system. Then get real unlimited data on the Silver Unlimited plan for just $20 a month for a whole year. That's $300 in savings. Told you it was super great. Savings plus a new iPhone always makes sense. Less dollars, more sense. Now with Straight Talk.
It's a kind of different lifestyle.
Tomorrow on ET, our John and Hannah Gosselin exclusive, the latest on their father-daughter weight loss journey. Now, we leave you with the stars at Nickelodeon's Kids' Choice Awards. Our DJ Behar was there. Good night, everybody.
Jelly Roll, you ready to get slimed tonight?
Man, if they slime me, I'm gonna cry.
More like Scream. Heidi Klum with this post-slime reaction backstage.
They slime me, Klum.
Earlier, Heidi spilled the beans about AGT bestie Sofia Vergara's birthday party with Dr. Bo Justin Salomon.
He's such a sweetheart, you know. Unfortunately, we couldn't party super late because he had an operation at 7 o'clock in the morning.
He's got a 9 to 5.
He's a doctor. He's very busy.
Well, now that young Sheldon is over, look who's busy flying planes. Birthday boy Ian Armitage, who turned 16 today.
I'm working on getting my private pilot's license. That'll be when I'm 17.
Happening now.
A warning about misinformation. Conspiracy theories have run rampant since the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump. Coming up, why a UTSA professor says you need to take a deeper look.
And all eyes on Milwaukee now that Donald Trump has picked his running mate and what he'll say in the wake of his assassination attempt. Next.
A few dry days, then rain is back in the picture. I'll be back to talk about what's going to change in just a bit. News at 5 starts right now.
Just days after their nominee was shot, the Republican National Convention is officially underway. This is a live look from the floor in Milwaukee.
That's where in just a few days, former President Donald Trump's VP pick is going to take the stage. Now, hours ago, we found out exactly who that person is. It's Ohio Senator J.D. Vance. Trump releasing a statement saying he chose Vance after considering the many talents of others. The former president also touted Vance's military service and education. Vance, as many of you know, served in the Marine Corps and also graduated from Yale Law School. Aside from that VP pick, people are also asking how this convention is going to look after the assassination attempt on Trump.
Yeah, it's probably what we don't see here. Security, a big concern in Milwaukee. Social media, though, has not been helpful in getting to the bottom of why this shooting happened in the first place.
Don't believe everything you see on social media. Actually do your own fact checking.
Yeah, be skeptical since the attempted assassination conspiracy theories have spread like wildfire.
Daniela Ibarra spoke with a political science professor from UTSA who says that it's important to listen and also debunk them.
It's a rattling moment in history. While speaking at his own rally Saturday, former President Donald Trump's ear was grazed by a bullet. It took the gunman seconds to fire several rounds.
We always hear rumors.
UTSA professor John Taylor says he saw conspiracies pop up in minutes.
Where do these conspiracy theories come from?
Often they come from people not understanding the facts, trying to grasp at what's going on, trying to understand details of a situation that is, in many respects, so big that it's hard to fathom.
There's still a lot we don't know about this shooting. The FBI identified the shooter, but hasn't shared why he did it. That lack of information is where Taylor says people start coming up with their own ideas.
Americans have a hard time believing that, well, lone wolves or lone nuts can actually take out a president.
People on both sides of the aisle claim the shooting was orchestrated by the other party. The Secret Service says claims that the former president's request for extra security were turned down are, quote, absolutely false.
Why do you think it's so important that we talk about these conspiracy theories?
It's important because it needs to see the light of day, much like disinfectant. You have to get these things out in the open to basically disprove them. Otherwise, we'll run rampant with conspiracies forever.
All right, now Professor Taylor tells Danielle it's important not to believe everything you see on social media. He says you should do your own fact checking to make sure the information you're looking at is accurate. In other words, be very skeptical. Daniela joins us now on the set.
Yeah, so one thing that, also makes it difficult for people to discern truth from fiction is that a lot of our own politicians repeat some of this stuff.
Yeah, and that's something Professor Taylor talked about. He said that, in that position, they really amplify their opinions, and sometimes people take that as fact when you shouldn't do that.
Now, conspiracy theories are also not new.
Yeah.
They maybe have a bigger audience now, a bigger platform than they have before, though.
Yeah, the professor said this has been going on for centuries, even longer than that. And then it really just kind of like you talked about, we see it all the time during election season and so on. But whenever these assassinations or assassination attempts happen, they also pop up, these conspiracy theories.
Okay, so let's go back to what people can actually do so that they can discern fact from fiction. He has some advice for people because he says fact check.
Yeah, so we asked Professor Taylor about that. He actually has a website that he has his students go to. It's called allsides.com, and he says it gives viewpoints from both the left, center, and the right, and that's something he recommends that everyone goes and looks at.
Yeah, and also trusted news sources.
Yes.
Very important. I mean, you want to be able to trust the people that you see on TV and the people that you read and things like that. Be skeptical of what you see on social media.
Yeah, and we vet everything. We go through several layers before we present it to you on TV.
Yeah, also, if people are telling you exactly what you want to hear, be skeptical.
Yeah.
Right. News tells you all sides.
Thanks, Danielle.
Thank you. Now, continuing our coverage on the
Secret Service dropped the ball.
Donald Trump. Now we're going to continue our coverage on that. A former FBI agent living right here in San Antonio says that what led up to the attempt is unacceptable. Our friend Daniela spoke with Fred Olivares last night, and this is what he had to tell her.
It's unbelievable. You have a clear line of sight. In other words, a clear shot for 100 yards.
Do you think someone should be held accountable?
Somebody's supposed to cover that roof. Did somebody miss that? Yes, somebody will be held accountable.
How does this change security protocols moving forward?
But that's a disturbing thing because the protocols are already in place. The protocols are there. Whether they were not adhered to, whether somebody ignored them, we don't know.
So Olivares believes that this investigation can take years. The primary focus now is to learn from this to make sure it doesn't happen again. Now we turn back to the Republican National Convention underway right now in Milwaukee. More than 2,400 Republican delegates have gathered for that 4-day event. It's where Donald Trump will officially be the GOP nominee for the third time.
Yeah. Trump arrived in Milwaukee last night. Our Washington correspondent Julia Benbrook joins us live from the RNC convention right now. She's overlooking the floor in Milwaukee. Julia.
Well, this is the first day of the Republican National Convention here in Milwaukee, but there have already been some big moments. Former President Donald Trump and his newly announced VP pick, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, have been formally nominated. Now, Trump announced his vice presidential pick in a Truth Social post. He said that after a lot of deliberation, a lot of thought, that he believes Vance is best suited for the job.
This convention will come to order.
Milwaukee is buzzing as the Republican National Convention officially begins, with the big announcement happening on the first day.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to announce that Senator J.D. Vance has the overwhelming support of this convention to be the next Vice President of the United States.
The announcement of Trump's running mate comes after months of speculation about his vice presidential pick and brings a boost of energy to the campaign. Republicans putting an emphasis on unity.
The great state of Iowa proudly cast all of its 40 votes for President Donald J. Trump.
At the 4-day event that started less than 48 hours after an assassination attempt on Trump in Pennsylvania. In the aftermath of the violence, Trump says he's reworking the speech he had planned for Thursday, telling the Washington Examiner, quote, "This is a chance to bring the whole country, even the world, together. This speech will be a lot different than it would have been 2 days ago." Other speakers say they're doing the same.
I'm rewriting my speech as well for Wednesday night because I want to bring people together.
The Secret Service on Monday issued a statement saying they have reviewed and strengthened security plans in the wake of Saturday's shooting. Now, the schedule to the program has not changed. That's what organizers say. And there's a big list of speakers. Tonight, among them, we expect to hear from Texas Representative Wesley Hunt. And then they could surprise us. They could speak a little bit earlier. But we know that Vance is expected to speak on Wednesday and Trump is expected to speak on Thursday. Reporting live in Milwaukee, Julia Benbrook, KSAT 12 News.
All right, Julia, stay with us. There's a major development not on the convention floor, though, in the classified documents case against Donald Trump. The judge dismissed that case. What else can you tell us about what happened with that?
Awful live standing ovation, in fact. The Republican National Convention well underway here in Milwaukee.
Well, the Trump team, of course, considers this a win all the way around. This dismissal coming on the first day of the Republican National Convention when he's really trying to build momentum. In the 93-page ruling, District Judge Eileen Cannon ruled that the appointment of Special Counsel Jack Smith was not constitutional. Now, she did not rule on whether Trump's alleged mishandling of classified documents was proper or not. This case was not likely to go to trial before the November election, but many legal experts had said that it may have been the strongest of those against the former president.
Our Julia Benbrook reporting for us live from Milwaukee on day one of the Republican National Convention. Thank you.
From Milwaukee, let's head to the streets of San Antonio right now. Traffic authority update. This is US 90 at Medio Creek. It usually slows down this time of day and certainly is right now. Now, major traffic tie-ups to tell you about, just a few slowdowns around town.
And check this out. Our high temperature, at least so far today, at 96 degrees. 1 degree above average for this year. Not so bad. Whereas look at the record high, 104, set, of course, on this day back in 2023. So on this day last year is 104 degrees. And we had over 20 triple-digit days by this point last year. We had 21 triple-digit days today. Not bad at 96. And as I showed you, that's just 1 degree above average. Del Rio now at 101, but the rest of us generally in the mid to upper 90s. 96 Floresville, 96 in Micah, up to 97 near Lavernia, 98 right now in Jim's backyard in Schertz. As we go through the evening, very quiet, nothing to get in the way of outdoor plans. It's just going to be a clear sky. Temperatures gradually falling down through the 80s, but rain chances are back in the picture in just a few days. We'll talk about the shift and kind of promise that gives us for rain in just a bit, Steph.
Adam, thank you. New at 5, another officer from the San Antonio Police Department has been arrested. According to SAPD, Andrew Gonzalez was arrested on a charge of terroristic threat of family. Gonzalez was off duty when he was arrested yesterday after someone filed a report to the Bexar County Sheriff's Office. He's assigned to the Patrol Division, and he's been with SAPD for 8 years. Gonzalez is on administrative leave. He's the third SAPD officer to be arrested so far this year.
Now to a KSAT Investigates report. Cell phone footage shows a San Antonio police officer using his stun gun on a suspect who tried to go into a home while refusing to be detained.
Minutes after the encounter began, Aldaco pulls out his department-issued stun gun and deploys it on Aguirre, while Aguirre enters the home.
Oh my God!
One of the man's shoes flies off as you hear his body hit the floor, while Aldaco later wrote he holstered the non-lethal weapon and again attempted open-hand techniques to take Aguirre into custody. The footage shows the stun gun remained pointed at the man until Aldaco delivered a second charge of electric current.
Witnesses tell KSAT Investigates the officer used excessive force. San Antonio police officials, meanwhile, say he relied on his training in an escalating situation. So what really happened? You be the judge. Tuesday on the Night Beat at 10.
We want you to stick around for this. Still ahead. It's not just us, you know. How many states are under heat alerts as record-breaking heat is being felt across the country?
Plus, something called Sephora kids. Who are these kids and why are they taking over local makeup stores? And what parents need to do to make sure their child isn't becoming one of them. A Wilson County judge today ending a temporary restraining order against the demolition of a building that once housed the First Baptist Church of Sutherland Springs. It's that white building right there. Reaction after today's hearing and what happens next in the case.
This happened in broad daylight, right in the middle of a San Antonio neighborhood. A man shot and killed. We'll tell you why the search for his killer could lead police to more than one person.
It is a Bexar County court that focuses on a core piece of domestic violence, the offender. The Reflejo Court just won a state award for its work reducing recidivism rates. And at 6, one of the court graduates explains how she has turned her life around. That and more today on the news at 6.
Parents, I would love for you to really pay close attention to this. So these days, preteen girls are ditching dolls for cosmetics, then they're getting a name for themselves. Sephora kids. Thanks to social media trends and influencers, tweens and teenagers are obsessed with skincare. And these kids are young, really young. The problem is that when they use such mature products on their skin that they don't need, they can get burns, they can get allergies. A local dermatologist says that young girls should stay away in particular from products with retinol, glycolic acid, or lactic acid.
We can mentor them in that environment to teach them to not be influenced, but to be an influencer. And you can only do that with education and with wisdom.
But they can use a few things on their skin, things that'll help them, like moisturizers, sunblock, lip gloss. That's all good.
A record-breaking heat being felt across multiple states right now. In fact, more than 30 states under heat alerts today. Relief may not come soon enough. From Philadelphia declaring a heat health emergency, New York getting close to triple digits, people in Houston trying to battle the heat without power. Many people just trying to stay cool. On top of the heat, wildfires also being seen in places like Arizona. Makes me feel very lucky to be in South Texas with all this stuff that's seemingly happening all around us.
Yeah, even though you still have to be careful. I went into my car today and the steering wheel was extra hot. It's just that time of year when you got to make sure to cover.
Yeah. Put the windshield visor. What do you call it?
A windshield visor, yeah.
Yeah, right. To cover the whole windshield. Yeah, put those up. It helps. Otherwise, I back into my spot because I know which direction the sun is going to go, and then that helps out a little bit too. You back into it. Anyway, let's get to our weather headlines. That's just, one of my nerdy things that I do. Rain, dry for a few days. Yesterday, today, and even tomorrow we're looking dry. Then rain chances come back into the picture later this week. Not exactly everybody's going to see it, but we will have some pockets of showers, I think, likely toward the middle and especially end of the work week. Temperature-wise, we are staying under 100. Now, granted, we'll be close tomorrow, but we'll be under 100 degrees. So here's a look at our rainfall chances. Let's focus on that. Tomorrow we're at 10%. Wednesday, 20%. Thursday through Sunday, 30%. I know that doesn't sound significant, 30%, but for July in San Antonio and South Central Texas, I'll take any percentage we can get our hands on. Today we could hardly get our hands on any clouds. And by the way, you see that bit of haze in the sky. Some Saharan dust out there. I'll have an update on the Saharan dust forecast coming up at 6 o'clock. I want to talk about our weather pattern right now, and especially how the weather pattern is changing. Big Blue H, upper level high, the heat high, that's been centered roughly over the Four Corners region in the western U.S. for several days, and it drifted a little eastward today into the panhandle of Texas, but it's going to stay centered away from our neck of the woods and bring more high heat to the western U.S. If you think back to last week, we had day after day after day of record high temperatures, Phoenix, Las Vegas, even up into Salt Lake City with triple digits there. Well, the heat high is going to stay overhead, not here, but overhead the western U.S. And with that clockwise circulation around that high, notice the northerly steering flow, that north wind, that wind coming down the plains and into Texas and into our neck of the woods later this week. That opens the door for not just remnant showers to pop up, but even a weak frontal boundary to drop in and help trigger, I think, some showers and thunderstorms later this week. So I showed you that 30% chance. There could be any time there where we could have a slightly higher probability of rain. It's just that's going to be one of those game time decisions. At least there's some hope. And you look at the overall potential over the next 7 days, and it's good to see that with the heat high centered off to the west, Texas and even our neck of the woods, our area, has that potential for some accumulating rain. Not necessarily drought busting, but we'll take whatever we can get, especially in July here in San Antonio. 95 right now. Feels like 102, when you factor in the humidity and the mugginess. 102 is the air temperature in San Angelo and Abilene. Amarillo at 106 right now. Really feeling the heat. But I mentioned the heat high off to the west. Vegas 109, Phoenix 108, Salt Lake City 100 degrees. That's the heat high, and it's going to stay off to the west. That's one reason why our temperature should stay under 100. Yes, we'll be close tomorrow, 75 in the morning. 89 at noon, then at 4 or 5 o'clock we hit 98 degrees and feeling like it's a little over 100. Del Rio making it to triple digits along with Cotulla tomorrow. Cotulla 101. The rest of us mostly in the upper 90s, an exception in the hill country, some mid 90s. But then we're looking at mid 90s basically once those rain chances come in Thursday all the way through the upcoming weekends. You know, it's interesting. We went 3 days in a row without hitting 90 degrees because of the clouds and rain. Wasn't that something?
And that's what I'm saying. If we're having a rainy summer, I'm all for it.
Any percentage we'll take.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Thanks, Adam.
What happened with Stephon Castle?
Well, he hurt himself, sprained his wrist. So now he's out for the rest of the summer. And he was having a fantastic summer league starting in California and continuing in Las Vegas. Coming up, we're going to hear from Coach on how he played during his time on the court. And the Spurs, you know what? This is awesome. They're undefeated in Las Vegas play. Coming up.
Had a couple guys play banged up. They played through it. The toughness showed tonight.
Coach Trevino is proud of his summer league Spurs and big board sports. Spurs rookie guard Stephon Castle is out for the rest of Las Vegas Summer League after spraining his right wrist during Saturday's 83-77 win against the Portland Trail Blazers. With less than 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, Castle fell to the court hard, falling on his right wrist after colliding with his teammate Harrison Ingram. Castle stayed in the game and he played the entire fourth quarter. He finished with 22 points in 29 minutes. Then last night around 6, we were told the Spurs are shutting him down for the rest of Summer League play. The Spurs say the injury isn't serious, but they're not taking any chances with the 4th overall pick. Last night, Coach Trevino was asked to assess Castle's Summer League play.
I'm excited for him. I'm excited to see him with the big club in the regular season. I thought he had a great summer league, and I think he got everybody in San Antonio excited for his arrival.
And here's Castle watching the game last night with protection on his right wrist, and he saw a great finish between the Spurs and Hawks. Less than 15 seconds to go. The Spurs inbound the ball, and they work it down to Demoy Hodge for a wide-open layup to make it a 3-point game Spurs. After 2 more Spurs free throws, the Hawks looking for a prayer, and Zachary Richachet gets the rebound, a bucket, plus a trip to the free throw line. Down 2, he's got to miss it on purpose and tip it in, but Nate Mensah gets the rebound to seal the deal. He went down hard, but he was okay. The Spurs beat the Hawks 79-76, improving to 2-0 in Las Vegas, and they did so without Castle and David Duke Jr.
I think it was great. You know, we had a good team effort today. We had to kind of figure out our mojo and get going a little bit in that first half, but we found a groove in the second half, and it came down to the end in the wire. We made a couple more shots than they did and got a couple more stops.
I think it's been the adversity that we faced. We didn't come out too hot in Sacramento, but we fought back from that. We've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, and it's a testament to these guys for sticking together. It's been our mantra throughout, and they've been great.
Spurs are one of 7 teams undefeated in Vegas. The Silver and Black will take on the Pelicans tomorrow night at 9:30, and then they will play the 76ers Summer League squad Friday night at 7:30, and hopefully they keep the mojo going.
The kid's name's Bouye?
Bouye,
right?
Yes.
I like that.
Bouye.
Bouye, booyah.
I like that.
Saying.
We'll be right back.
Tomorrow's going to be a lot like today, just a little bit warmer, but not quite triple digits. 98 around San Antonio. So close, but you know, it's that psychological factor where you're not quite triple digits. And we'll still be 98 again Wednesday with a 20% chance, mainly a coastal shower possible, but rain chances for the rest of us starting Thursday, lasting through the weekend.
Okay, keeping an eye on that. Thank you. Thanks for watching the News at 5.
More news up next. See you back here at 6.